We all carry the weight of our past. But what if your very arrival into the world predetermined your downfall? Imagine a birth so cursed it carried the weight of an entire civilization's demise. From the moment Duryodhan entered the world, the universe itself screamed a warning. In today's live, we are going to talk about the arrival, the birth of the most famous antagonist of the Mahabharata.
Welcome, kind listeners, to Under the Banyan Tree.
The live show where ancient epics meet modern minds.
I am Leo, a yogini from the West,
And I am Mayank, a rationalist from the East.
and together we journey through the Mahabharata from the retelling of Ramesh, Menon, epic of war, fight, and everything in between.
Everything in between.
So today we are reading the chapter 21, The Sinister Night, with the sankalpa of reading it from the point of view of jealousy. But before we go there, the most infamous antagonist of the Mahabharata, Duryodhan, I don't know if I agree with that, and I don't know if you agree with that. So if you don't agree with him, and maybe you consider Dhritarashtra or Shakuni the most infamous antagonist in the Mahabharata, leave a comment. Give us your opinion. Thank you. Okay, so now can you share your point of view or your understanding of jealousy?
To be honest, I didn't think anything about the theme. Usually,
Why we have a team if you don't think about it?
yes, I usually write something about the theme, but this time I don't have anything with me, so I will just come with whatever is coming on top of my mind.
Okay. But you have loads of notes. I'm curious.
Yeah, but I forgot to write about the theme at all. And
But did you find the theme?
yes, I found the
Okay.
theme in many places. And my understanding of jealousy is the feeling of being envious. I'm again using another synonym for jealousy. Like a feeling where you feel that, oh, you deserved something, but someone else got it. And it can be sometimes innocent jealousy as well. Like
Mhm.
you have between siblings or friends where you know that your intention is not bad, you are just feeling an emotion.
Mhm.
It can be something sinister as well sometimes.
Mhm.
That's my understanding.
Have you feel jealousy many times in your life?
I think so.
Okay.
Like, say if my friend got something really good in career or something, I may feel jealous.
Mhm.
I may be very happy for them. I may feel jealous. But I also know that okay, that's a temporary emotion.
And in a way, maybe it's a good jealousy in the sense of it makes you work harder to achieve what they achieved.
Yeah, like it can be a motivation and encouragement as well.
So that's something that I would like to discuss is if jealousy is always something less positive, and if we can find in the text not only jealousy as something negative, but as something positive and motivational. I don't know, just throwing it out over there.
Makes sense.
When I was thinking about jealousy, the first blocker that I found was exactly what you mentioned. That it's okay, jealousy, envy, but they are different. But where's the difference? Where we draw the line? So as usual, I went to do some research, and the difference is very simple, and it's illustrated by this example. Envy, I want what you have. Okay, it's you have something, I want that.
We want it.
Jealousy, I fear they will take away what is mine. Okay, so in a way, envy, it's always a two people relationship, and what you were feeling about your friend, it's more envy. That is jealousy, like Dhritarashtra, that believed that the throne and the lineage was his, but after a third person, it's taking away that from him. And I'm already diving into the text to give this example. Interesting enough, jealousy comes from Greek, so it's older than Latin. And from Greek evolved to Latin, Latin Old French, and from Old French to English. And it was not a negative or a word with a negative connotation. The root is to zealous, it's an ardor and a eagerness. So only later in the Middle Ages, it started to have a heavier connotation with rivalry and unfaithfulness. And later on, in how we understand it now, it connotates with a certain level of resentment and unhappiness and possessiveness. Interesting enough, at its root, there's a connotation with to boil and to ferment. And every time that I imagine someone that is jealous, I see them as boiling, as fermenting within their own emotions. And I want to try to see if there's some fermentation that led into very...
You are not jealous. You are just idli batter. You give me opportunities to come up with some nonsense jokes. Okay, so if
happy with that.
our kind listeners, they feel, why is Mayank not serious? This is the reason. He's talking about people fermenting. I don't know how fermented people taste, but fermented batter, idli, dosa, I recommend it.
But did you never use the expression, I'm boiling?
I think I'm not that native English speaker enough to use.
Oh, neither do I.
Yeah, yeah. But in Hindi we use like my blood is boiling, like
Yeah.
मेरा खून खौल रहा है. I remember my mother.
Was she jealous?
No,
Or what have you done?
when she used to be annoyed, she used to say this to us. Like if someone of me or my sister, we used to lie, then her blood used to boil.
Mm.
But yeah, I get it. I get the expression. And yeah. But to be honest, I feel jealousy in writing probably is always a negative word. That's what I feel.
Mm-hmm.
But if you say it properly,
Mm-hmm.
you can give it a positive twist as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like telling a friend that you are jealous of them because they have something really nice in their lives, I also feel sometimes it's a compliment.
Many times I say to someone, I envy you in a positive way,
Mm-hmm.
in the sense of, okay, you achieved something, you've done. I think envy, it's a kind of inspiration.
Yeah.
And probably there's a word that defines that emotion.
Yeah.
But I'm not grasping it right now.
Mm.
But is that feeling of, wow, I've done that. And that inspires you, that fuels you, that powers you to be a better person.
Yeah. Like for me to say to my friends that you are an inspiring person, like that's just too much to say. So instead, I will prefer to say that, oh, I'm envious of you and you.
Why?
Like you
It's a
don't.
boys thing.
Yeah, you don't give good compliments to your friends.
Okay.
Yeah, at least I don't. I if I'm giving it, it's some dreadful situation that okay, the guys.
But they don't deserve it.
No, they all deserve it.
I hope your friends watch
They
this.
just know, yeah, they just know that if I'm saying something very positive to them, then probably their situation is really bad. And that's why I'm saying this. If I'm making fun of them, it means everything is good in their lives. And vice versa. They do the same
Okay.
to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So I think you are excited and jealous of me because today is your turn to do the summary.
I definitely envy you because you don't have to do this today.
Yes.
I'm the one. So, what's the name of this section?
We are into Shravan.
Yep. And in Shravan, we do a summary of what we've read. So, the summary is only one chapter. And today I'm the responsible one, or not responsible.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Just go ahead. Do it.
Can you count me down?
No.
No.
No, just
He's
do
useless.
it. Just do it.
Okay. So we are doing the summary of chapter 21, The Sinister Night. And this chapter starts by telling us that Dhritarashtra and Gandhari, they just received the news that Kunti and Pandu, they have a newborn, a newborn Yudhishthir, and the rumors say that he is the son of a deva. They get really disturbed because by now, Gandhari, she's pregnant for 12 months, 1 year. How this happened? 1 year before Vyas visited and came to the palace, and Gandhari took very good care of him, and especially moved by the fact that she covered her eyes to share the blindness of Dhritarashtra. He gave her a boon or a curse that she would have 100 sons as powerful as Dhritarashtra. 1 year passed and she was quickly pregnant, and she's been pregnant for 1 year. So both of them, Dhritarashtra and Gandhari, they were extremely distraught, unhappy. Dhritarashtra was jealous of Pandu, and he was very aware that accordingly to the Kuru lineage, the firstborn is the one that will take the throne. And Gandhari was feeling the same because she felt, her womanhood was not working properly, and that even Kunti had a son of a diva, and she was abnormal. She's been pregnant for 1 year and nothing happened. So out of distress, out of anger, of resentment, of probably a little bit being out of herself, she starts striking her belly with her own hands until she provokes an abortion. And what the abortion is, a lump of flesh that had a very bad smell, to missing better words. And she is completely distraught. She asks her maid to take away that dreadful thing into the forest. But the maid is intersected by Vyas, and Vyas asks, "What's that?" And she tells him what happened just 1 hour ago. So in urgency, he asks, "Please, I need 100 earthen fasts, and we need to go to sheltered place." a hidden place or a place without light, basically. So they go to the cellar, they go below the harem, and over there they are displayed 100 earthen vats and with oil, with warm oil inside. And he starts dividing the little pieces in 100 pieces. At some stage, Gandhari comes down and she sees, and she has the calling of having a daughter. So the last lump of flesh, he says, this will be your daughter. So another year after this passes by, and in one day that all omens were showing that something very terrible was about to happen. We had blood coming down as rain, flames coming out of earth, wolves walling, like very, very terrifying. The babies start getting out of their vats. The first of them being after named Duryodhan. He had snake-like eyes, needle teeth, so a very scary picture of this. Gandhari only heard the cries of babies, not the screams of almost devil-like voices. And Dhritarashtra, he was very shocked with this, and he witnessed part of it with Vidur, but they went away. And Dhritarashtra asked Vidur, "What's this? What does this mean? What should I do?" And Vidura says, "Look, this is what the old prophecy told about, and your firstborn will be the one that will destroy everything that is sacred for us." And Dhritarashtra asks, "So what should I do?" And Vidur says, "Well, you should delete them. Delete him. The other 99 sons, they will be harmless without him. I know that it's your firstborn, and I know that you will not do this." So the 101 sons, they grew stronger and stronger, and Dhritarashtra and Gandhari, they were delighted and enjoy with the strength of their sons. At the same day, 2 other babies were born. One was the son of a concubine of Dhritarashtra, Yuyutsu, and Bhima was born.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Yeah, Bhima was born to Kunti and Pandu through Vayu.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was a very detailed summary, probably captured each and everything with
No,
whatever
I
was.
didn't capture some things.
What?
Like the pain of Gandhari.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you said like she was angry, but she was also in immense pain. So
Yeah, and she was having evil dreams. She was afraid of sleeping just because of the dreams that she was having.
yeah. So for sure, whatever she did was probably in pain and agony, and she was not herself. That's what I like to believe. But now, can we talk about the places where we saw the theme?
You can start.
Okay. So for me, the first instance, at least which I observed, was when the news of birth of Yudhishthir reaches Dhritarashtra, and I think the text mentions that he loved Pandu, but he was unhappy, and therefore I inferred it as jealousy.
I agree with you, and from my point of view, this chapter and actually the foundations of what will be a big war
Mm-hmm.
is in this chapter and is in this jealousy.
Mm.
And I would like to dig deeper and understand the jealousy of Dhritarashtra and the jealousy of Gandhari, because both of them are feeling it. And maybe other elements in our text, they are feeling jealousy. We will get there. But first, do you agree that both of them were feeling jealous?
Yeah. So the second instance which I have wrote about
Mm-hmm.
being jealous was Gandhari, who was more distraught because one, the father of Kunti's son
A diva.
was rumored to be a deva, and second, she was pregnant for 1 year and still nothing happened. So I just felt that both of them were jealous, and as you said, we can dig in deeper on what sort of jealousy they both had.
Mm-hmm.
And just to give a context to our kind listeners, we also watched the episodes from the new Mahabharat, because the old Mahabharat doesn't capture uh, birth of Duryodhan.
Mm-hmm.
So we watched the new Mahabharat as well, and there we probably saw a much worse version of Dhritarashtra
Yes.
than what is written in this text. So for
I think
now,
there's a polarization.
yeah, like the exaggeration of good being more good and bad being more bad,
Yeah.
something like that. So yeah, for now, let's just stick to what is written in the.
I will try. I will
Yeah.
do my best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just felt that this line that Dhritarashtra loved Pandu but was unhappy and therefore jealous, I just felt the level of his jealousy, at least at that point, wasn't at a bad stage or something. Probably it's an inception of a jealousy I felt, but it's not something
It's
terrible.
interesting. I
Yeah.
You said it was an inception of jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand an inception as something that comes from that it's external, and it's incepted in you.
Mm-hmm.
So what I see is the opposite. So he knows he needs to love his brother. He knows that what he's feeling is not justified. So he incepts those concepts within him, but the jealousy that he feels is visceral. And even if he doesn't want to feel it, he is feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
So I see it in the opposite direction, that the recognition of love and the understanding, I assume, the understanding that I shouldn't be feeling this is the inception, and the jealousy is visceral, is there.
Yeah. I think I should instead use the word germination. Like,
Yeah. I
yeah.
Sorry, I'm being pedantic.
Yeah, all good. All good. But yeah, like I just felt like from him, so this was, maybe he was jealous about other things with Pandu, but when it comes to uh, when it comes to having kids and say being jealous for the next generation, so I think that was the germination there. And then from Gandhari side, what I felt was that she had more reasons to be jealous. I felt it that way.
Mm-hmm.
um, Gandhari is a known devotee of Shiva.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the sacrifices she's making by blindfolding herself
Mm-hmm.
is, I think it's a as terrible vow as Bhishma, I would call it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, when you know that you have done things and you have put in effort, and probably somewhere in your heart you feel that, oh, I deserve the fruits of those. uh
But that's against dharma.
yeah,
Ishvara pranidhana.
but that's the thing, I personally feel that, because I'm bringing the materialist side to it. I've put in the effort. I deserve things. And I just felt that throughout this chapter, I felt Gandhari is the one person who is being, and there's another person whom I feel is being cheated by destiny or fate or whatever. But Gandhari is one solid candidate.
Is interesting. I never thought about that, to be honest.
And I'll just, sorry, pause you for a second. I'm not saying Gandhari may be feeling it, it's me who is reading.
I
So I'm saying, like, I'm not blaming it on Gandhari that she was feeling this way. I'm saying while reading, I just felt that this is a lot of injustice happening.
um I read that Gandhari is jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I never had thought that you had. You know how much I like Gandhari. She is one of my favorite characters. And she's a devotee of Shiva. So I couldn't conceive her thinking I've done so much. She only said to Vyas, you grant me a boon that I would be the mother of 100 sons, and look at what I gave birth. But she didn't give birth. She provoked an abortion. So we don't know what would happen if she continued pregnant until it was time to deliver the baby or the babies. We don't know. I love the fact that Vyas created incubation. It was
Yeah.
interesting. And so going back to what I wanted to say, I think she felt jealousy out of resentment and out of guilt. A pregnancy, it's 9 months. She was pregnant for 12 months. So she felt that something was wrong with her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the wish of Dhritarashtra was not being fulfilled. So I think she was jealous of the womanhood of Kunti,
So
that
I
everything went well with her.
so I can understand the guilt part, but
Mhm.
when you are saying resentment, it was resentment towards Kunti.
No, I think it was resentment towards Yasa
Okay.
and towards herself.
Okay.
And maybe towards Dhritarashtra.
Okay.
But there was bitterness, there was resentment. And, I think if I was pregnant for 12 months in pain, my belly stretching like crazy, the belly was extremely heavy. She could be only lying down. She couldn't sleep because otherwise she would have terrible dreams. Oh, I would be resentful.
And I also felt, to be honest, like I just, when you said if she would have continued the pregnancy, I think she did the right thing. If you are in so much pain, like it's like a labor going on for months, I just feel.
No, it's different.
But she was in intense pain. Like they write that, the author writes, she became hysterical because of the
But
pain.
no, it wasn't the pain. The hysterical was by hearing that Kunti was a mother.
No, but she was in intense pain as well.
She was in intense pain, yes, but the trigger to become hysterical was not the pain, but the news.
Yeah, that I get. But what I feel is that she was still in a lot of pain. Like it was a lot of pain to handle. So therefore, I don't think there was any possibility for her to bear that kind of pain. And for like she doesn't even know when that pain will end.
I understand, but she could have, you know, go. She could try to meet Vyasa and say, in this stage. What should I do? Like self-inflicting pain, punching your own pregnant belly. Do you think that was?
But that's what I'm saying. You are expecting her to act reasonably in a state where she can't act reasonably. Like that's how I interpreted it.
Okay.
She is in so much pain that she is not herself. She has no consciousness. She has no. Um, what was one of our themes?
Awareness.
Um, like she has no authority over herself. I just felt it that way.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, I get it that if she is in that kind of pain, she just wants that pain to go away. That's it. So I don't even know like why she started hitting herself. Yes, she, like at least the text says she got the news and because of that she started hitting herself. But I just felt because she was in so much pain and as you said, resentment, bitterness, probably that was a tipping point for her. And I just feel no one should ever have to go something like this, even for 100 sons.
Well, it was the blessing and the curse.
Yeah.
Do you think anyone else could be feeling jealousy in this chapter?
Mm, to be honest, I only felt okay. There can be hidden. Um, like I felt Ambika, the mother of Dhritarashtra, whom they didn't mention at all in this chapter, should also have felt jealous
True.
because Ambalika, through Pandu, is now a grandmother, but Ambika is still waiting. And I don't know how the people in the city may have felt because they celebrated when they got to know that, oh, our queen is
She's
pregnant.
pregnant. Yeah.
But then the queen has not delivered anything for 1 year. So, like, yeah, their sentiments, I don't know. I don't know if they may be, I don't think they may be feeling jealous, but I think there may be rumors floating around. Probably that's also something which can be lingering in Dhritarashtra's head that like people are talking about my lineage. What's going on here?
I thought about the concubine.
Hmm. Do in terms of jealousy or
In terms of jealousy, if she was jealous of the other sons, if I don't know if you two will be raised in the same way, but or jealous of the position, she so and is the thought of we have Yuyutsu as the firstborn, and we have Duryodhan as the firstborn. So, or not, I don't know.
like
But
even if Yuyutsu is firstborn, it doesn't matter. if
because
he's
he is the son of a concubine.
concubine. So he's no.
It's like Vidur.
Yeah, it's like Vidur. Having said that, I also feel like I don't know the here they mentioned concubine. TV serial conveys maid.
I think it's more or less. So they are women that live in the woman section
Mhm.
of the palace.
Yeah.
And we know that a man can have how many women or he wants.
Or at least a king can always.
So I don't know, but yes, this text says a concubine.
Well, I made another note of Dhritarashtra being jealous while announcing the name of Yudhishthir
Mm-hmm.
as the next heir of
Yeah.
the kingdom. And I also felt that, okay, there's one part jealousy when it comes to, say, him being jealous that Duryodhan will not become the king, but Yudhishthir.
Mm-hmm.
But I also felt that there was one small element of that jealousy as well, that Dhritarashtra also knew in a way that Yudhishthir is also a rival for him as well. Like what happens after the Mahabharat war. Yudhishthir
Mm-hmm.
doesn't replace Duryodhan on the throne, he replaces
Dhritarashtra.
Dhritarashtra on the throne. So, like I was making a mapping of who is jealous of whom.
Yes.
So,
You are mentioning that, and I noted it too, especially because after he says, but maybe Duryodhan after can be the king.
yeah.
So I find Dhritarashtra an extremely interesting character because I think he is the perfect extreme example of what happens inside of everyone and each one of us, where there's the two sides and we know what's right, but most of the times we follow the other side. And the first thing that he says, it's this is what's right, but after he gives in, and it's like, oh, and we see this all the time through we see it all the time through the epic, that there's that balancing both sides, and at the end his biggest weakness is he never makes a decision and he hides himself behind helplessness. But anyway, going back, what do you make of Vidur and what Vidur said to Dhritarashtra?
So I was thinking trying to pull out a little bit out of theme. And
Okay.
I wanted to discuss two questions, which also covers
Okay.
the thing about Vidur. So first was about the omens.
Ooh, and this episode is the 13.
Yes, episode 13 talking about bad omens. So and it's not mainly about omens which I want to talk about. Like those are superstitions or whatever people want to believe. They are good to believe. I wanted to talk about the prediction about Duryodhan.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt he was not even given a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you gave that idea that Yuyutsu was also born in equally bad conditions and everything.
And Bhima. Well, Bhima was in another place,
Yeah,
so okay.
Bhima was
but
in
you
another
two
place.
know.
Yeah. But Yuyutsu was also born. Like, say, if for a second I just forget about omens, that there were no omens. Okay. But Duryodhan and Yuyutsu were born to the same set of parents, to the same set of palace,
Mm-hmm.
in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
And one turns out to be a follower of Dharma,
Mm-hmm.
and the other turns out to be, like, at least in the serial, they say that he will know Dharma, but he will never follow it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is probably more bad because it's no longer ignorance.
Yeah.
It's like you are deciding to be pure evil.
Yeah.
Okay. So but what I felt was that the way things have been written, Duryodhan was not even given a chance. Like they just declared him pure evil, all bad from the very beginning. And Vidur asking Dhritarashtra to delete him or to get rid of him. I just felt probably the storytelling would have been much better if they have said he was a normal guy born in a normal circumstances. Then he made all these choices in his life, and that's the result which he got later. What's your take on this?
I agree with you. And I, looking at the description and the way the author decided to depict Duryodhan, for me, I'm so sorry. It's easy writing,
Hmm.
and it's assuming that actually good and bad, as materialistically speaking, they exist. And there's no free will, and you cannot choose to be differently, which I truly don't believe. And I think there's a little bit of reverse engineering in the text. And so what triggers all those omens? Is him being born, or it's the omens that make him be evil? So if he was born in another day, would the omens come?
Hmm.
Or because at some stage they say, or it's written, that they are calling his master,
Hmm.
the wolves and the bats and all the cacophony, and Duryodhan is answering back to them. I I'd rather a much more complex character, and I don't know the original text, but I don't think Duryodhan, that we are making honor to Duryodhan in the sense of, you know, you are born a cactus, you
Hmm.
will be a cactus.
Hmm.
No, he is a human being and he has choices. So I completely agree with you.
And cactus also blooms
Yeah,
sometime.
you know.
Yeah, provided the correct conditions.
But in this
Yeah.
polarization that the author created, it is interesting that, okay, we have the poison, but in the same day, the antidote is born.
Hmm.
And I find revealing the fact that later on Bhima is the one that kills Duryodhan, and he's the one that deletes
Yeah.
most of the brothers.
Oh, he deletes all of them. But also one thing, I just felt Bhima was also one of the most loving ones.
He was. He was
So
the most loving one.
yeah, so he had like he didn't have that cunningness
No.
which Duryodhan had. So they were like quite polar
Yeah.
in the way they were. So coming from that, so then Vidur says that we should get rid of Duryodhan, this
Mm-hmm.
baby. And then a line comes where he says that our Shastra says, we can make a sacrifice, an individual for a family for a village for a country, and everything in the world for immortal soul. And I personally don't like this thinking in Indian society. I know a lot of people will disagree with me because people are like, we have to make small sacrifices for the greater good. I don't agree to that idea. Um, I just believe that no individual should be sacrificed just because it can bring something good for
Something bad. Or something good for society.
something
Yeah.
good for society in future. Uh, and when I say sacrifice, I mean like sacrifice. You sacrifice something. Like when I say sacrifice, it simply means someone innocent or someone not bad. Like when Duryodhan was born, he was still a baby. He has
Oh,
not
well,
committed
but
any crime.
well, he did actually.
Which one?
I don't know. In our society, that's considered a crime.
What?
Oh, that I actually had to.
Oh, the lewd gestures. But all babies do that.
Newborns?
Yeah, and not newborns. He was already sitting by the.
He sat fondling himself lewdly.
Yes, you are very happy about it and imagining everything in your head. Small baby
While all
playing with his
around
weenie.
him, the earthen vats continue to burst
Yeah,
open.
I'm like, what? Like,
No, I'm just kidding.
no, the
I'm just
author
kidding.
found. So you can't probably character assassinate a baby.
Yeah.
The author was like, no, give me let me try
Yeah.
this as well.
Yeah.
So, but to be honest, he
It's
is
natural.
yeah. Like I'm not going to go in past and kill Hitler,
Mhm.
or in Harry Potter universe, I'm not going to kill Voldemort.
Mhm.
Like while they are a baby or they haven't committed any crime, you cannot trial them for
Mhm.
that. That's my belief. So I just don't like this tendency that an individual can be sacrificed for a family. No.
Okay.
But what's your opinion coming from the other spectrum
I will.
of individuality?
At the moment, I don't think it's something that it's black and white. I do admire Vidur. I do admire the fact that even knowing that this would not be accepted, even knowing that what he was about to say would hurt his brother, he sticked to the Dharma.
What sort of dharma is this? This is a heinous thing to say and to suggest. It's not freedom of speech because he's making a recommendation which can be followed in a very
I think at that moment in time, it was the same as knowing that accordingly to the Kuru tradition, the firstborn is the one that inherit. And we know that Vidur is a follower of the Dharma.
no. So that thing is okay. But
Mhm.
what about he suggests this idea that get rid of Duryodhan?
I think he gave the suggestion that he could, he knew, so within his mind and knowing whatever he could see into the future, he knew how threatening was Duryodhan. At that time, probably there were no therapists, there was no behavior therapy or whatsoever. So he gave the solution that was possible or that would be understandable in that world. I'm not agreeing with him. What I find is it takes a lot of courage to suggest a solution that nobody likes. Regardless if I if I agree with the solution or not. But it's very difficult. And, his position as a minister, and I don't know if he was a minister there at that time, but, at any time the king could say, get out, get away. I don't agree with you. And regardless, he said whatever he thought was right. And I think it takes a lot of courage.
If I remove whatever he said, then okay, I may respect him. But I find his suggestion to be despicable, and uh, and it was a very bad suggestion to make. That's what I feel. Like I think
I think it's the same as nowadays someone saying, look, that person is, I don't know, have an addiction
no,
or wait,
no,
let me talk.
yes.
Okay. And say he needs to go and stay in some facility.
So,
What I'm saying is I'm putting it within, I'm trying to see it in that time.
but like, would you say that oh, he's addicted? Let's get rid of that person.
No, I'm not saying, it's not about getting rid. It's
Hmm.
about foreseeing something that will be terrible for the society and for everyone, and trying to find a solution.
I feel
I'm not agreeing with the solution. It's not that. It's just the action and the courage to stand up and say. It's not out of his fear, it's not out of his personal beliefs. It's just out of what was considered at that time dharma. That's it. It's impersonal.
I just feel that his suggestion was very bad. I also feel that even people get second chances in life. He wasn't even giving the first chance to Duryodhan, which was very inappropriate. And I don't like people making recommendations based on scriptures or something without putting a lot of their own minds to it. So, like, I just felt that probably it would have been better. Like, if Vidur was someone defending Duryodhan at that point of time, I would have respected him more. That someone else wanted to get rid of him, Vidur said no, he deserves a chance.
Mhm.
And let's see. And because we saw one exception there, Jujutsu was an exception.
Talking about that, do you think there's any special mixture of Gandhari plus Dhritarashtra that brings the evil accordingly to the text?
To be honest, I don't think so. I just feel maybe there will like Hinduism always comes up with some previous birth story that okay, because of this Duryodhan was this way, or Gandhari had to be blindfolded, or this or that. If I just take them that for that birth they have no history, nothing, no karma, nothing. I just felt it was just injustice happening to Gandhari, injustice happening to at least baby Duryodhan and his brothers. Then later, okay, through nurture, what they turn into, that's
So
something which I cannot.
what they turn into, it's a consequence of nurture, not nature.
I think it's a consequence of both, at least how the text puts it now. I just. That's why I
Well,
said,
the
like,
text says that Duryodhana is pure evil.
yeah, that's what I feel like. He was not even given a chance. That's what
But
I had
that's in the
problem with.
text. So when I look at the words of the words of Vidur and a recommendation, I'm strictly looking at what it's written in the chapter. But I agree with you in terms of the evaluation of what was said. However, I truly respect and I honor the fact that he said something against the king.
Yeah, that part I am not against him. but I think I can also ask our kind listeners to comment. My position in life is that even if I know that there's a baby who is going to destroy this whole universe in future, and I know it for certain, I know it will happen, then also I will not recommend to get rid of that baby. I will say the future is still unknown. Let the act happen, and then we judge him or her.
How can you judge after everything it's destroyed?
Okay. If it's destroyed, it's destroyed.
Mhm.
But what I'm saying is you cannot punish someone unless a crime has happened. I That's my position for things. And but I encourage people to comment, like if they feel no, we should get rid of such person, please feel free to share. Please feel free to give your rationale behind it. And
Oh, well, we would love to comment and share our thoughts. Okay. Anything else?
nope, I think we can move towards Shiksha. What do you say?
Let's go.
To be honest, I was more like bit depressed reading this chapter, so I wouldn't say I could I could find. Yeah, probably only thing which I can think of is a recommendation to Vidur that instead of doing what the scriptures say, do the right thing. You can go ahead.
No, my thoughts were much more about letting go of emotion. To understand that emotions by nature are completely transitory. Jealousy, resentment, pain, joy, happiness, all emotions. Doesn't matter if they are labeled as positive or negative. Never make your heart their house, especially the negative ones. Try to avoid to hold grudges and make them the flag of your life because they will only poison yourself. And I think we see the beginning of Dhritarashtra drinking his own poison. And that's my lesson, to let go of any resentment, any grudge, any jealousy, because it will affect much more me than anybody else.
You know what, I probably you may be knowing this, that in Irish, instead of saying I am angry or I am jealous, so the language of Irish or Gaelic is something like jealousy is on me or anger is on me, because their idea is that an emotion is just there temporarily on you. You are not that emotion.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, and then I really liked that thing about their language, though I have no clue.
That's
Like,
that's beautiful. Thank you
yeah.
for sharing. Okay, blessings.
Yep. And today we have decided to make a guess of each other's naman.
Mm-hmm.
So,
This was my guess,
and this is my guess. My guess is that this is whom uh, Leo is going to naman.
and this is my guess of whom Mayank will naman.
Okay. So, shall we first share our namans and then open them to
Yeah,
see?
yeah.
Would you like to go first?
Oh God, you will kill me. Oh, sorry. Delete me. No, just because he told me I shouldn't say that word. So every time I say, I'm like, oh,
No, it's okay. I think.
bottle.
I think if YouTube wants to get rid of us, it will get rid of us no matter what.
Very easy.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually blessed
Vidur. Okay.
again because I think that it's very hard to say something different from everything that is around you. So you have palace, you have people above you in terms of hierarchy, and you come and say something completely the opposite. And even if his words were irrational and not correctly based, he expressed the fear. And I respect that. I think it takes a lot of courage. So I want to recognize that. And Naman, not only Vidur, but everyone that does that in the little and the big things.
Mhm. You know, my Naman is for Gandhari. I just felt, I just felt the whole text, not just in this chapter, but the whole text has done a great injustice to her. And people can come up with any stories of previous birth, and she did this, and because of that, this is happening in this birth. If you just take her life in this one birth and how it is going on, I just felt it's a series of um, injustices and bad things happening to her, even though she doesn't deserve any of that. And I just felt really bad for her, and therefore my blessings is for my Naman is for Gandhari.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see. Oh, oh my god! Oh no!
Yay! He wrote.
I
You
wrote
can't read it.
I wrote Gandhari, and she also wrote Gandhari, and she's right.
Yay! Okay.
Vidur was unexpected, but yeah, okay. But yeah,
You know, I really adore Gandhari. I really like her. I think this chapter, it's the only chapter that I have different conflict. And inside of me, I knew you would bless Gandhari. So I tried to find something. Honestly, at the beginning, I wanted to honor Naman, the maid, the midwife,
yeah.
the midwife that was helping Yas and after Gandhar, the babies, because, you know, one thing it's your life, another thing it's you are pulled into all of this and you don't have any choice. Like, and you are witnessing everything, you are carrying something that it's scary in your arms and you are hurt but even by Vyas. So I thought about Naman, her too, the unnamed wife.
Also, the unnamed concubine deserves.
Yeah.
She was just a collateral damage between a husband and a wife, and or a king and a queen.
I don't know if she was a collateral damage.
See, the text doesn't give any context about that. Whatever we saw from serial, she didn't want to do it.
Well, that's more masala.
But I also feel that when there's so much disparity in powers of people, it's very difficult to say, like it's very difficult to assess the consents.
True.
So, but okay, I think enough candidates for our
Oh,
Naman and blessings. Yeah.
yeah. And I think in a way we're blessing a little bit more
Yeah.
characters in our chapter. So we are done for today and done until November. So someone is going away.
Diwali. Diwali friends. It's Diwali time.
So we will be back in November with chapter 22, Sweet, Deadly Spirit. spring under the theme of reading it from the point of view of healing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to add up?
Yeah, I would just say that even though I will be in India in October, we will still try to make some videos and share it not as live but as regular videos on our channel, where we are planning to discuss some curious questions which came to our mind while reading the text till now. So we will be just talking about some hypothetical scenarios, some made up stories, some what if scenarios, and hopefully you will like them, you will enjoy them. And so please stay tuned, and we will be back in November with our regular live videos.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you so much. Namaste.